Good morning. Good morning, America. There's a new dawn coming, as you can see, and it's a red dawn. It's time for America to wake up. All of you who consider yourselves conservatives, Democrats, Republicans, believers, and even unbelievers, we need to decide what kind of country we're going to be and what kind of country we're going to have and leave and remain for our children and our children's children. Good morning. I'm Pastor Sylvester Bland from Home Churches International and the United Saints of America. As you see, the sun has not yet broken through a cloudy day here, and the wind is blowing just like the Spirit of God. We can feel its effects, but we don't know where it's coming or where it's going. But we do know that we are living in the last days. And there's a major sign of prophecy that is happening here for these last days, and that is that God is showing us that right is going to be wrong and wrong is going to be right. It's a kind of like an oxymoron. Here we have that Russia, Vladimir Putin himself is fighting against the homosexuals coming into his country and says, "Leave my babies alone." And then we have the radical Muslims there, saying that they're going to disrupt the Olympics themselves and they're going to attack and nuke. And if they do, he promised that he himself would nuke Mecca. Vladimir is standing strong against truly what he believes in. But versus us, we Americans, what's happening with us? Our president, Barack Hussein Obama, has opened Pandora's box for the homosexual and every other kind of sexual perversion and greed and lawlessness, even by his own hand. And now we just find out that he has flown in as many, as far as anyone knows, up to 30,000 illegal Muslims flew into this country on an American charter company. And when they landed on our airports, on our soil in New York, they bypassed customs, bypassed pat downs, bypassed all the regular security, and was given thousands of dollars to repatriate here in our country. Guess what? Whose money? Taxpayers' money. That's our money that they use for them to start a new life here in America. When they say that they're Syrians, that Obama promised a long time ago that they were going to give asylum or because of the war over there. But I see even a sinister plan even in this, because we know that we know about Benghazi. Our 4 Americans died, and to this day, nobody is really saying why it happened, why there was no backup, why there was no support. We also know, even still, that the IRS is still to this day, even though they give a little light-hearted apology, but they're still coming after conservative people. And it seems like there's no end in sight. Executive order after the executive order seems to be coming down left and right. But one of the greatest things that I had to do this video was that our Department of Homeland Security purchased 3,000 armored personnel carriers. Now hear me, folks. 3,000 armored personnel carriers. The Department of Homeland Security. What do the Department of Homeland Security need with 3,000 anti-personnel? These are armored personnel carriers. Why do they need 3,000 of them? And then, along with those weapon systems, they bought 1.6 billion rounds for those. I calculated that out. That's about 30 armored vehicles per state. And I'm thinking in my mind, this man is bringing in these people here to do these things. Now we know that our military has been vetted, been cleaned out. That over 100, at last count, military has been vetted. Oh, will you fire on American citizens? Will you fire American citizens? Oh no, I'll never do that. Well then, here's your last check. You're retired. And then you have some young, man trying to maybe make a living for himself. Oh yeah, I want a raise. I want a higher position. I want a rank. I'm a career man. Will you fire American citizens? Yeah, if I get the order from the commander in chief, yeah, I'll do it. Okay, go get a star. Move on up. Folks, they're looking for people that say they will fire on American citizens. But we know that when you're looking in the eyes of fellow patriots, fellow community members that you know, you love, and you represent, that's a whole other thing. I'm saying to you, I'm submitting to you that think about this for a minute. If 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 this man Obama is bringing in these people, these 30,000 plus, who knows who they are? They say this airline, American commercial airline pilots said they flew empty planes over, and they flew thousands of Muslims back over. Eyewitness accounts, and one of them was an elected official. Folks, look on my website, go to my Facebook, I have it all documented there. A video that you can watch for yourself. So what I'm saying is, you're going to have these 3,000 men. I didn't see any women. Maybe there was some, but in the video that I've seen of these people getting off these planes, these are could it be 3,000 men? Could they be a subvert or a covert army of Americans? Obama stood up there with my own eyes. I heard he even told the French people that America is not just a Christian nation anymore. I heard that with my heart, and I said, "Oh, something's deadly wrong here." And so, with that all being said, is it possible that the Department of Homeland Security, the State Department, they know exactly who these men are, where they are, and when the time comes, could it be them that would be in these Department of Homeland Security? Folks, I know it sounds way out there, but who would have ever thought? I know in my lifetime, I would never thought. I mean, just 10, 20 years ago, maximum. Who would even think that we would be having a discussion? I mean, a discussion about, what constitutes a marriage? I mean, everybody, ever since creation, Adam and Eve till right now today, one man, one woman is a marriage. That's all messed up. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. Everything that is legal, just because it's legal doesn't make it good. We know that. This man, Hussein Obama, has done more to destroy the moral foundations of this country than any of the past presidents have ever done combined. So I'm asking you to join with me. I'm standing for biblical civil rights. Our biblical civil rights is what founded our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and even Dr. Martin Luther King stood for peaceful demonstration when he saw tyranny coming. That's the only way America will be able to stand up again in our rightful position in the world and gut this regime that's currently in the White House. It's going to take a strong man to be in the White House to really go through and undo what this man has done. And folks, it must be done. So here's what I'm calling for you to do. I'm calling for you, Operation American Spring is calling for, and I'm joining with them. They're calling for 10 million Americans to march and occupy Washington, D.C. And we're going to stay there until the elections, hoping and praying, mainly praying on my part, I'm praying and that people would come in and make a stand for our country, because I don't want my babies growing up. I don't want your babies growing up in a country like this. The American dream almost doesn't exist anymore. Not the way that I remember it. Everything is lascivious. Everything is money and greed and making back deals. The rule of law from the highest offices in the land doesn't mean anything anymore. We have to stand for biblical civil rights. That's where everything is built on. When you destroy the civil rights of our Constitution, which is rooted in Judeo-Christian principles, there's nothing else to stand for. And so here's what I'm saying as I close with this. We're going to make a peaceful stand against tyranny, and we're going to do this May 16th there in Washington, D.C. And we have to be ready with the full armor of God. Some of us may be jailed, some of us wounded, maybe even some of us may die. But if our soldiers, I volunteered once to be in the military to protect and serve all enemies, foreign and domestic. I can surely stand up to this kind of tyranny in Washington, D.C., and I will. I pray you will join me as well. But no greater love than this, than a man to lay down his life for his friends. I'm praying for you men, begin to talk about it, talk to other people about what's going to be happening May 16th. For more information, please contact me, Pastor Sylvester Bland on Facebook. You can go to my website, which is www.theunitedsaintsofamerica. The United Saints of America, www.theunitedsaintsofamerica. Or you can call me personally at 951-360-3399. One more time, that number is 951-360-3399. Folks, like I said, you can look over my shoulder here as I lean back and let you see. A new day is dawning. It's going to come up cloudy and overcast like you see here. And there'll be no heat. There'll be no electricity. There'll be no land. It'll be scrambling. People will be scrambling and pushing and shoving and fighting over scraps. That's not the America that I grew up in. That's not the America that I wish. We know the Lord is coming soon. What else are you going to stand for? Can you stand for this? If you can stand for something, it's time to stand down. So I pray that you will get in contact with me, 951-360-3399, or go to www.theunitedsaintsofamerica. My broadcast is daily, Monday through Friday, live at 5 o'clock every day. 5 o'clock, West Coast time. And that's 8 o'clock in the evening, East Coast time. Good night, love you. And I pray that this will be shared with your friends and family. Time to take a stand, folks. Time to take a stand, America.